Here's a hack for more well-being. Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylla. I help women between 40 and 60 to make the second half of their lives an adventure by finding their unique life purpose and doing lots of what they love. If that sounds interesting, check out my website, wildspiritscoaching.com. Today's topic is a shortcut to well-being. Well-being, self-care, and topics like that have long been associated with the body only. And advocates for mental health and mental health care had to fight to make people see what a large component mental health can be in well-being. Nowadays, hardly anyone would deny that this is the truth, that both aspects are very important. The question is whether we always integrate them perfectly, but that's a different topic. Your mission today is to learn a shortcut that will lead to an immediate and dramatic increase in your well-being. The background to this is called body and soul. As I said before, health has long been about the body only. Modern psychology as a discipline is less than 150 years old, and they had to fight for a long time to be taken seriously. And to this day, there's a certain stigma around mental health. Now, I would argue that the whole distinction between physical and mental health is artificial to an extent, and it always has been. Of course, something might be all in your head, but your head and your brain are also part of your body. We know these days that your attitude can play a huge role in recovering from certain physical illnesses. We also know that trauma is in the body and not just in the head. So the boundaries are blurring more and more. And like I said, I think they have been a little artificial from the beginning. Now, what's important to keep in mind with what I'm going to say next is that I'm not one of these idiots who say, oh, don't go to therapy, just take a walk or just exercise and you'll feel better. And I'm saying that because these people are dangerous. And I personally know people whose very lives have been saved by therapy, and I'm talking about psychotherapy. Whatever you take, whatever you do, what is between you and your doctor, and nobody has any right to judge it. And I'm saying that so clearly because what I'm going to say next could be read in that way, and it's not at all how I mean it. The way I mean it is this should be applied in a situation of relatively stable health, both physically and mentally. When you just happen to be a little frazzled or a little anxious and just stuck in your head. The task is take the shortcut. The obvious truth we tend to neglect sometimes is that well-being is visceral. Even mental health, well-being and being happy and feeling butterflies is always, it's by its very nature, it's physical. An autistic friend of mine once said that when she gets overstimulated and starts spiraling, sometimes all she needs is for one of her loved ones to give her a really firm hug in order to come down again, in order to ground herself again and to restore that sense of safety. And you know what? I think we all need that hug on occasion. And so things like the aforementioned walk in the forest. And by the way, I said that before, but it bears repeating. Trees produce chemicals that make us feel good, that literally increase our well-being and our happiness and make us feel calm. So you're not just imagining how good you feel in the forest. There's an actual reason for it. So the walk in the forest or an hour of exercise can sometimes be all you need in order to ground yourself again. And again, I'm not dissing the value of psychotherapy or even just the value of talking things over with your friend. My point is that in today's world, we're sometimes stuck in our heads. It tends to be very focused on the head, to try and get shit done, to perform at work. We're sitting in front of a computer. A lot of it is just focused on the head. And that can lead to overthinking things, to getting anxious, or you read the news and suddenly you feel like you're in quicksand. And in those situations, getting from your head back into your body can make all the difference and create that visceral well-being, that feeling of well-being, and restore that sense of security and give us a deep sense of being right and in the right place. And I think that's a shortcut we all should use a lot more often. That brings me to the last point, which is, as usual, let me know. Was that stating the obvious? I mean, of course you knew that a walk in nature can do you good. The reason why I'm making a video about this is that I personally sometimes tend to forget this, and I forget it in situations when I would need this the most. When I am stuck in my head, when I am anxious and spiraling and whatever. Then I forget how easy it can be to just get up and do something physical and get from my head and back into my body and restore that sense of grounding and of well-being. And then I can use a reminder, and I thought maybe one of you needs a reminder today as well, and that's why I made the video. Let me know what you think of it. Leave me a comment below the video or reply to the email that you got the link to the video with, and tell me where you stand on this, and I'll reply to every comment, of course. And like I said, if this interests you, check out my website, wildspiritscoaching.com. There you can also join the community of Wild Spirits by signing up for the 100% spam-free Wild Spirits news, 1 email per week. And I always write exclusive and very useful information. So this is an informational newsletter. It's not a marketing newsletter. I'd love to have you. Have a beautiful week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.